Hey, how you doing, Pet Shop? What's going on? Hey, Sammy. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Like I said earlier, just a moment ago, this is Weeding Out the Stones, the game show of sobriety tests. You're never gonna believe it. I'm actually debuting a new game tonight. I know. We're closing on a new game. So everybody get prepared. I hope you brought your cell phone. All right. Here's the deal. How many people have been Weeding Out the Stone before? I asked this just a moment ago. A few people. How many people is this their very first time? Amazing. So, hell yeah. So, since it's your first time, any of you need to know how this game show of sobriety tests is played. You need to know the law of the land. I'll tell you, I have 4 comedians tonight. They are all stoned except for one. One of them has remained sober, and the rest of them are high. So, that's how this goes. I am an officer of the law. I've been undercover this whole time. There you go. So, I pulled over a clown car of stone comedians, and we're gonna see if we can figure out who the anonymous sober person is. You guys with me so far? Woo! We're gonna play a series of sobriety test games, and every so often we're gonna vote on who we think is stoned, and we're gonna eliminate people that we believe are high in order to hopefully leave the anonymous sober person left alone on stage at the end of the show. That's basically the rules around here, all right? That's how this game show is played. Play a series of sobriety test games and see if we can figure out who is stoned and who is the one sober person. You guys with me? Yeah! Hell yeah. Well, who wants to meet our players this evening? I want to meet them. Get on up here. Get on up here. We have so many funny comedians on our show tonight. We've got 4 seats for 4 hilarious people. Get on up here. There are 4. Get on up here. Guys, would you guys give them a big round of applause, you guys, for being a part of our cool and unusual game show? That's so great. So we're gonna learn a little bit about all of our players one by one. I'll introduce them, and then we'll play our first game. This is a quick intro game, nothing too crazy. A quick intro game. They know by now, I've just explained the rules, they weren't in the room for it. They know that they're at least trying to convince you that they're sober, even if they might be stoned, even if they did smoke weed tonight. So I'm just gonna ask each of our players why they don't do drugs. This is a game we call anti-drug, based on those old commercials. Anti-drug, you know it, that very successful anti-drug campaign. That's why I smoke. So this is a game we call anti-drug. So let's meet our players. Guys, give it up for your first player, Devon, everybody. Clap it up for Devon. So, first things first, how are you tonight?
I'm good. All right.
I think that mic's off. There's a switch. You'll be fine.
Is there?
Maybe not.
I don't think there's a switch.
Oh, here, you can switch mics. I'll figure it out.
I'll just yell.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no switch on that bitch. I'm doing terribly. You gave me faulty equipment.
How are you doing?
All right, I'm good. This is everyone, there's like, well, some of us are strangers. I got blown by a robot today.
Today?
Today.
Oh my God, what
It's like, you ever heard, my buddy, it's like it's like podcast merch he got. It's called the Auto Blow. And he wanted me to like review it on his podcast, so I did it. And it was kind of the cat's pajamas, I'm not gonna lie. I think robots are gonna take our jobs.
Wow, our blowjobs. Okay, that sounds good. Well, good for you. Did that prepare you for anything on this game show?
I mean, I would never do drugs, because then I'd have to be constantly thinking about the implications of being blown by a robot and where our society's going, and you know, I mean, what even is being a person, you know? Is it, you know, it wasn't human warm.
I would hope not. I would expect not. Yeah, it's actually made of human flesh, but
No, it was like a fucking, it looked like something out of like Halo, like a cylindrical like canister thing, but then it had like a weird like silicone. It looks insane. It looks like something Saul would make you do to save your kids. But I actually murdered my kids with it.
One question for the back.
Did you stand or sit?
Oh yeah, sitting or standing.
Oh no.
Kneeling? I get it.
No, I did it like legs up.
Well, I believe you kind of said something about it. Thank you, Mitch. But this is anti-drug. This is our first game. Just tell us succinctly. Tell us why you don't do drugs.
Because the only drug I need in my life is that sweet synthetic robot mouth.
Hey, give it up for Devon, right? Great answer. Pass that down. And keep it going for your next player, Pedro. Everybody. Clap it up for Pedro.
Hi.
Pedro, what's up?
Nothing much, man. I used my hand like God intended today. I'm not out here using machinery.
I see.
Like
All right.
Shit.
Good. All right. Fantastic. We have different sides of the issue.
Yeah.
Turning into an episode
Yeah.
of Tough Crowd for some reason.
Yeah.
Pedro, well, do you have any strategy for tonight's show? You've been on this show before.
Oh man, just be fucking stone sober, dude. That's how you do it. You know, just these guys doing drugs out here, not me, brother.
I got you. Well, that leads us right into our practice game.
Right.
This is anti-drug. Tell us why you don't do drugs.
Because it leads you to get blown by robots. That's why I don't do drugs. All right.
There you go. Okay, great answer. Pedro, everybody. That's it, Grubard. Give it up for your next player, Max. Max, everyone. Max, what's up? How you doing?
Not that much. I also didn't get blown by a robot today. I'm not R2 Me Too over here, but that's
Wow, unreal. Well, I see your three. Luke Skywalker, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Great stuff, Max. Max, this is your first time on the show.
This is my first time.
Do you have some strategy? Have you ever been on a game show before?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, all right.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, I'm the only one that hasn't been on a game show up here.
Oh.
I'm doing something wrong.
Well, no, you are now. You are now. Well, tell us, this is your first time playing a game. This is our practice game, anti-drug. Just tell us why you don't do drugs.
Nancy Reagan told me not to.
Beautiful.
I'll do whatever that woman tells me to do.
A blowjob machine if I ever heard one.
That's great.
There you go.
What
Great
he said.
answer. Great answer, Max, everybody. Give it up for Max. And our final player, Eric, everybody. Give it up for Eric. Woo. Yeah. Eric, how's it going?
Going good, going good.
So you've been on a game show before?
No. Why? I don't know, not me.
Well, do you have a favorite game show? Are you a fan of any game show?
Flip Wilson.
Flip Wilson.
Yeah.
What was his game show?
I don't know, he was on the Flip Wilson show. He just
Flip Wilson show.
He's from Jersey City.
Oh man, where we are right now. That's beautiful. Well, great. This is your first game here on Weeding Out the Stone. This is anti-drug. Tell us why you don't do drugs.
I respect the law.
Oh, the fucking law? Who do you think you are, Flip Wilson? Well, that's great. Give it up for Eric, everybody. I think that was a pretty solid answer all around. That was a quick practice game. We're going to do an intro game after that, but next. But I do want to ask, just based on what we've seen, does anyone think someone is definitely stoned? Just based on what we've seen so far. I believe I have a Kit Kat. Why not? Yeah, for a Kit Kat. Does anyone want to right up here? Let me right up here. Sir, what's your name?
Bill.
Bill?
Yeah.
Give it up for Bill, everybody.
Yeah.
Bill, who just definitely seemed high, just based on what you saw so far? We're going to see more games, but just
I think Pedro might be high.
Pedro, okay.
He got the smoke, he got his eyes.
We'll get to
I've
that.
never smoked in my life.
Pedro's on the hot seat. There we go. I just want to thank you, Bill. We just wanted to get some insight. We're going to move on to our next intro game, and then we'll take a vote after that. I'll probably ask everybody individually. We'll start with many people. But our next game, we know that stoners, they tend to be nervous all the time. They're anxious. They're paranoid, all right? So I'm going to give each of our players a prompt of a common fear, and all they have to do is tell us why that common fear is no big deal, all right? Just tell us why that common fear is no big deal. I'm going to say this is not specifically timed, but roughly 30 seconds, all right? We'll see how good your timing is in our end. We'll be the judges of that. Roughly 30 seconds. This is a game we call Paranoid Schmaranoid, all right? And I'll just tell you just tell us why this common fear is no big deal. Convince us that you're not a paranoid stoner. You guys follow?
Mm-hmm.
Eric, you want to start us off?
Yeah.
All right, for 30 seconds, tell us why financial ruin is no big deal.
The Dalai Lama tells us that happiness is within us. That's first of all. That's first of all. So why do you need to be paranoid about financial ruin when you could be a millionaire tomorrow if you just bet on the unders? That feels like 30 seconds.
There you go. Eric, everybody. Just gamble. Be gambling. I'm going to bet on the unders. Doesn't sound like good advice. Pretty good, Eric. Yeah. Max, you ready to play this game?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
This is Paranoid Schmaranoid. For 30 seconds, tell us why Dr. Doom is no big deal.
Dr. Doom is no big deal because we have the cure. I don't know if you know this fat guy and his kid that are on TikTok. He's Dr. Boom. And you know what? Dr. Doom is going to meet Dr. Boom. And that's a bad day for Dr. Doom. I can do about 20 more seconds, but the thing is, it's felt like 30 seconds, as a friend of mine once told me. Dr. Doom, he should be worried about me, to be honest.
That was like a poem.
That's it, yeah, right?
Haiku over. Snaps, bongos, thank you.
That honestly, you did not sound paranoid at all. You sounded as confident as Captain America or whatever. Fucking great job, Max, everybody. Give it up for Max. This is Paranoid Schmaranoid. Pedro, you ready to play this game?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, for 30 seconds, tell us why public speaking is no big deal.
Ah, man, I'm doing it right now. It's whatever, man. Sometimes you gotta look at everybody naked, especially the fat guys. Those are the guys that I look at and picture them. I think, like, look at this. He looks like a little cherub to me. That's why I don't feel nervous talking. And sometimes, man, you gotta jerk off before you get up there. So you gotta let the demons loose. No, not just me. All right, well, you gotta jerk off before you get up there and tell jokes sometimes, especially when you're on site. Is that 30 seconds?
That sounds good. Give it up for Pedro. Bring your Nancy Reagan blowjob machine with you to the gig. I get it. Devon, you ready to play this game?
Absolutely.
All right, for 30 seconds, tell us why Kim Jong-un is no big deal.
Because I feel like deep down he just wants to be loved. You know, he's like Kim Jong-un. I mean, he's been raised with everything. He's been raised. I mean, you want to talk about robot blowjob machines? I mean, goodness gracious. Kim Jong-un has probably never had a second of his life where he's hungry or needs to come. And once you're there, I don't know, like he's not gonna. What is he gonna cause a fuss? He's not If you're not hungry, you don't need to come. No one's causing. It's no fuss, no muss, as far as I'm concerned. And I gotta be honest with you, and also because of our great president. I'm kidding.
There you go, Devon, everybody. Time. Great answer. Great answer. Yeah. So let's take a vote. We won't eliminate anyone this round, but let's take a vote. So here's how we vote here. Our elimination techniques. I'll say each player's name one by one. If you think they might be stoned, cheer for them. If you think they might be the sober person, point at them and yell "narc." All right? That's how this works. I think we can. We'll figure this out. Who out there, just based on the 2 games you've seen so far, who thinks that Devon is stoned?
Yeah.
Interesting. Who thinks that Pedro is stoned? Who thinks that Max is stoned? And who thinks that Eric is stoned? All right. The crowd is not divided.
Bill's like real loud for that.
I know. You bet. We all thought Pedro was on the hot seat. Now it's Eric. Who knows?
Last round.
Well, we're going to play another game, then we are going to eliminate one person. Here's the deal. Our next game, they've seen 2 games so far. I'm going to ask each of our players who they think is definitely stoned up here, and then give us some evidence why. Just make a case for why we should eliminate this next person based on something we've seen so far. This is a game we call the blame game. We get to watch them turn on each other, all right? That's how this goes. Why don't you pass it in the middle? Pedro or Max, either one. Max,
Yeah.
who do you think is stoned up here and why?
I think Devon is stoned up here. Because you know what a stoner does? Alex asked him what's going on, and he's like, I'm going to disregard that and tell you about this robot that I fucked earlier today. That's some stoner behavior. He was just ready to come in with that anyway. he should have said good. How was yours? But instead, no, hold on. Stop the presses. I hit the E Nancy Reagan today, and it was great. It was phenomenal.
Fantastic. That's one for Devon. Makes sense to me. He's going up the rails. Eric, who do you think is stoned up here, and why?
Devon. But because before the game started, he asked me was I stoned, and that's some narc shit. He wanted to know information. Raspy wanted the cheese. He wanted to know what I was doing. That was suspicious as hell. I was like, why you ask me that question? We ain't talking about nothing all day.
There you go. Devon, 2 votes for Devon. Yeah, Pedro, I guess you want to go next?
Yeah, man, I think Devon's a stone. Because everybody knows weed gives you gay thoughts. So it has to be Devon.
Fascinating. All right, well, that's a new side effect that I haven't heard about. Playing Weeding Out the Stone, the game show sobriety test. We just found out that weed makes you gay. Devon, you had 3 votes for you during this game, the blame game. 3 people have said that they think you're definitely stoned out of the 4, and 3 out of 4 people are definitely stoned up there.
They're rougher on me than I was on the machine.
Blowjob machines are taking it from Devon. Devon.
All right, should I go in order?
No,
I'll be right back.
We just want one.
First of all, weed does not make you gay. Satan does. And I stand behind you. What did you say? You said the robot thing. Sober or high, you get blown by a robot, and someone asks, "How are you doing?" What are you gonna talk about the fucking weather? It's a show. It's not a show. And I asked you if you were stoned, and you went, So, do with that information what you will. I think Alex is stoned. Fine.
No, of one of these people, who do you think? Pass the blame.
Yeah, I think Eric, because I did directly ask him, and the look of panic on his face.
All right, that's 1 vote for Eric, 3 votes for Devon. It is still up to you guys. Let's do a vote. And does anyone want to interpret this elimination? Or who gets the loudest cheers, the least amount of narcs? We're looking for.
What?
Miss, would you like to do this? So, Alana, Alana, I'm sorry, I'm doing this for the video. Please tell us your name.
Flower clips, baby, the name of the game.
Give it up for Alana, everybody. Give it up for Alana. Here's a sticker pack. Can I pass that to you?
Sticker pack?
Yeah. Thank you for volunteering. That I called on you. But anyway. Alana, so we're gonna do a vote like we did. We'll cheer for the loudest people, the people we think are high. We'll yell narc for the people we think might be sober. We want to keep into the next round, and then I'll ask you who got the loudest cheers. Whoever everyone thinks is stoned.
Okay.
You follow?
I think so.
No.
So I'll guide you. Who thinks that Eric is stoned? Cheer if you think Eric is stoned. Oh, I'm hearing an arc now. Who thinks that Max is stoned? Somewhat. Who thinks that Pedro is stoned? And who thinks that Devon is stoned? I heard an arc. So who got the loudest cheers, least amount of arcs? I can do it between like 2 people if you want.
I feel like Pedro got the loudest cheers.
Pedro got the loudest cheers. Guys, clap it up for Pedro. You are eliminated. There you go. And we'll move on to our next game. Here's the deal. We know, all these players, they are comedians, and we know that they all have their different techniques before they perform stand-up comedy, right? So I'm going to ask each of our players to perform something they perform all the time, but probably most of the time sober or drunk, and most of them are still definitely high. So I'm going to ask them each to perform 1 minute of stand-up comedy. This is a game we call Stoned Up Comedy. All right, and we'll see how this goes. This is 1 minute, so I will introduce you, and that is me giving you the light. All right, so that's how this game works. This is Stoned Up Comedy. You're holding the microphone. Do you feel like going first?
Yeah, I got it.
Guys, keep that going for Devon Hall.
Hey guys. Yeah, it came out earlier in a vicious, libelous accusation. But for context of my set, you do need to know that I'm gay, and I do appreciate you all took the news better than my parents did. Everyone stared at me, but no one cried or threw up. So that's, in their defense, I did catch them off guard, because I don't present gay. I present like I'm super into crocodiles. I don't know what I'm doing straight passing. This is certainly gay failing. Coming out of his heart, like when I came out to my friends, I'll never forget, I was in high school, I was so nervous. And my buddy walked up to me, he was like, "Hey, fat ass, we're going to Quick Check." And I was like, "Guys, I gotta tell you something. I'm gay." And he missed me, he was like, "Oh, hey, fruit cup, we're going to Quick Check." So I blew him. Am I done? I better be done.
Give it up for Devon Hall! And keep that round of applause going for Max Blake, everybody.
Make sure my fly is zipped up. How's everyone doing? My sister is 5 years older than me. She lives at home with my parents, which I can't understand at all, because she's a special needs teacher, right? And my dad just loves throwing the R word around in front of her, Rent. I mean, it's... She's like, "Why would I pay rent? That's retarded." I go, "Race, that's New Jersey special ed for you." I'm a proud graduate. I think I'm able to say that. But no, she called me frantic. They closed all the bathrooms in her school this week because they were installing vape sensors in the bathroom.
Oh.
Did you guys know we had this, the vape sensor? What is this, the fire alarm's gay cousin? That's it. Thanks, guys.
Keep it going for Max Blake, everybody. And keep that round of applause going for Eric Rogers. Eric Rogers, ladies and gentlemen.
This don't feel right. What if I like to get high before I perform? This feels like I do like to read though. I like to read. Anybody like to read? Yeah. Little kids that used to read Harry Potter books back in the day?
Yeah.
That wasn't me. It took me a while to find my groove. Now I can read a book in a heartbeat. The other day this white chick asked me, she said, "Eric, who's your favorite author?" I said, "Ernest Hemingway." She said, "Did you know that he was a racist?" I knew that. But if I didn't read what racist wrote, I wouldn't know my constitutional rights. They started recommending black authors to me. She said I should read Michelle Obama's book. I said, "This is becoming racist."
Eric Rogers, everybody. Give it up for all our players, right? That was great. A little stoned up comedy for you. So we'll take another vote. I don't think we're going to eliminate anyone this round. We've got 2 more games left, and we're going to close with a new game. And so I kind of, everybody should play that game. This is brand new. Well, let's take a vote. And I might interpret who I think is on the hot seat at this point, and who might be the front runner for the narc. Who out there, cheer if you think they're stoned, yell narc if you think they might be the sober person. Who out there thinks Devon is stoned?
Narc.
Narc.
Hearing several narcs. Who thinks that Max is stoned? Woo! Some. And who thinks that Eric is stoned? Also narc, all right. So definitely people seem to think mostly that Devon or Eric are the narc, or is the narc, only one of them can be. That's where it is. We're going to move on to our penultimate game. This is a game, we know that stoners, they're terrible at following instructions and they have bad leadership skills. So I am going to ask each of our players to lead the rest of the group for 15 seconds and everyone else needs to follow them. Do everything they do physically, say everything they say. This is a game we call Follow the Weeder, all right? So I'll call out someone's name, and then everybody follow them. Do everything they do physically, say everything they say as best you can. We'll see how well you can follow directions, and we'll see your leadership skills when it's your turn to lead the rest of the group. And we'll make our own judgments based on that. How does that sound? All right, this is a game we call Follow the Weeder. Why don't everybody follow Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
What I'm saying?
What I'm saying?
Okay.
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 Alright.
Alright.
They talking black.
They are talking African American.
At time. Give it up for Eric. Okay, great job. Everybody follow Max.
Max Blake is the greatest living comedian.
Greatest living comedian.
Time.
And time. There you go. Good job, Max. And everybody follow Devon.
Ooh, it'd be fun if I made him kiss. This is what Nancy Reagan warned us about. That's really, that's sometimes with great power comes great responsibility.
And time, guys. Give it up for Devon. Oh my gosh. Great job, guys. Great job. I think we are going to eliminate one more person, and then we'll move on to our final game, which is a brand new game. You guys know, does anyone want to interpret the crowd and be the decider for who we're going to eliminate? We got a sticker pack right over here. What's your name, sir?
My name's Steve.
Give it up for Steve, everybody. Give it up for Steve. There you go. Thank you for volunteering. So you know how this works. Person with the loudest cheers, least amount of narcs, that's who we're going to eliminate. We're trying to find the sober person. Who thinks that Devon is stoned? Yell narc if you think you might be sober. Who thinks that Max is stoned?
Yeah.
And who thinks that Eric is stoned?
Lord.
All right, Steve, it's on you.
I think that Max is going to have to come sit over here with us.
I think that's probably true. Clap it up for Max, everybody. And Max, you are eliminated.
For the record, weed is tight.
There you go. He's tight. And gay, but in a good way. And stick around for Will Jordan, bartender, Max's show, Wild Card Comedy. Guys, you gotta give it up for the final two players, right? Eric and Devon. So, this is a brand new game. We'll see how it works. It is maybe kind of difficult, all right? You have to put a little bit of thought into it. And we'll see how this goes. So, the goal is this is gonna based off when people are stoned and they have to go talk to their parents or somebody in their life that, they may not want to talk to. We will give them the choice, their own choice. I'm going to have both of our players individually, they're going to call someone in their phone's contacts. The goal is to not get that person, and you are leaving a voicemail. All right? And we are just going to all judge on if you can leave a 30-second voicemail and sound like you are not high. And we'll be the judge. If somehow that person does answer the phone, you have to have a conversation, all right? And still, same thing, we're judging to see if we think that you're high or not. If that person asks if you're stoned while you're on the phone with them, this game did not go well for you, all right? This is a game I'm calling Choice Mail, all right? So the goal is to leave a voicemail. Think about who you're going to contact that you don't think they're going to pick up, and you are going to leave a voicemail, all right? That's how this goes. And obviously, leave your voicemail into the microphone as well. We want to hear what's happening, all right? So we'll see if you get their voicemail or not, and we'll see what kind of voicemail you leave. Does anyone kind of know who they're gonna call?
I think if the goal is
You can talk us through too, yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to call my grandpa.
Okay,
he's
great.
probably asleep right now.
Fantastic. All right,
It's a
great.
real gamble.
Yeah, that's what this game is, all right?
Should I try?
It's up to you, sir.
All right.
All right, yeah. If he answers, put it on speaker,
All right. Can you guys hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. It's more about what you say.
Ah, fuck. Hey, Papa. I'm on a comedy show, and my job was to call someone in my phone and hope it went to voicemail, but it didn't. So how was your day? What are you up to? What's going on with you in your? The Knicks just beat the Celtics. Is that good? Do we like that? All right, hell yeah. Papa, love. Okay, so love you. I gotta go. I have to win an award. I have to win an award for my brilliant comedy. You did great. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
That was awesome. He deserves it. Give it up for Kevin and his pop pop.
Amazing. Well, that voicemail went awry, but I think it was very enjoyable. It was great. Great job, Devin. Eric, you know who you're going to call?
Yeah, I know who I'm going to
Talk
call.
us through who you're going to call first, real quick.
I'm going to call my boy Gary. I'm going to call him anyway because he works construction and it's 9:30 at night. He's probably sleeping. But he's a Celtics fan, so he's not going to pick up the phone because he's probably going to think I'm talking shit.
Oh, we should have called out talk shit to him.
That's great. Well, Eric, whenever you're ready, call Gary.
Your call has been forwarded.
Bro, I wasn't even calling to talk shit. I was calling to console you, like, you know, I understand, you know, y'all probably gonna lose the series. I just talked to this old white guy, he think y'all definitely gonna lose the series. I don't know if he's certain of anything, but he's certain of that shit. Alright, so just cheer up, Pop is not pulling for you, but. Alright, bro, bye.
Give it up for Gary and Eric. Hell yeah. Oh, that's so great. I think we have found ESPN's new newscaster. It's Pop Pop.
Yes.
Give it up for Eric. Give it up for Devin. Right? They were great. That was great. That was choice mail. Brand new game. We are going to vote one more person off. We're going to eliminate one more person that we think is high. Remember, we started out with 4. 3 of them were high. 1 of them was sober. We'll see if we can get correct. Does anyone want to? I have another piece of. Oh, here I have a sticker pack and a piece of candy. Does anyone want to interpret the crowd of this next voting round?
Before you do this, remember that a black man's life depends on this.
This is true.
My life depends on this.
Maybe over this side. Anybody want to volunteer for a
The
sticker
jury of
pack?
my peers.
A pack of stickers. Would you? Yes.
I
What's
don't
your,
know what I'm volunteering for.
I'm just going to ask you to interpret the crowd. What's your name?
Bella.
Give it up for Bella, everybody. Bella, can I pass this down to you? Can I pass this that way? Can I hand this off to you, Bella? Thank you.
Thank you
So
so
here's,
much.
sure thing. Thanks for being here. So, and thanks for volunteering. So here's what we're going to do. Everyone here is going to cheer for who they think is high, and they're going to yell narc for the person they think is sober, and we're going to eliminate the person we think is high. So I'm going to ask you who you think everyone thinks is high. Who gets the loudest cheers, the least amount of narcs? Bella, you're going to do great, all right? Don't worry about it. It is a game show. It's not serious. People just go to jail for life, all right? That's it. Don't worry about it. Bella, you ready? Everybody's ready? All right. We'll do, just so it's very clear, we'll do 1 round of cheering and 1 round of yelling narc, and we'll get a clear answer for Bella, all right? So just cheering for the person we think is stoned. Who thinks that Devin is stoned? And we'll do a narc round after. Who thinks that Eric is stoned?
Narc.
All right. And then we'll do a narc round right now, but I think we need to hear it. Who out there thinks Devin is the narc? And who out there thinks Eric is the narc?
Narc.
All right, Bella, who do you think got the least amount of narcs, the loudest cheers? Who's high? Who does everyone think is high?
Yeah, Derek is stoned.
Devin? You don't need to know their name. She mixed you guys together. Do you think Devin got the loudest cheers? Or okay, great. Guys, clap it up for Devin, but Devin, you are eliminated. Great job, Bella. And give it up for Eric, he's the last person on stage.
Oh, the black guy usually dies first. But I did not die first in this scary movie.
Well, there you go. Well, Eric.
That's what's up, bro.
Eric, tell us what we all want to know. Are you in fact sober or are you stoned?
There you go.
Are you a real cop?
It's a secret police. I got it at a dollar store.
Okay. Hi. Not saying hi, hi.
Oh man, you fooled us. Well, we need to know who was the sober person. Sober person, get back up here. Where's
Who
the
was
sober
sober?
person?
Who was sober?
Who was the sober person?
Oh,
What happened?
damn.
What happened there?
My personality is bizarre and
It was
leads
the
people to
robot.
believe I have bad brain chemistry.
Oh man, well, I don't know. You got sucked off out of the show.
Can I? Sorry, I've been talking about I didn't get to mention the funniest part, in my opinion, of this auto blow thing that I did today. So it's connect. It has to be plugged in. There's a cable connecting it to the wall the whole time. That's, if it hasn't happened yet, going to lead to the funniest suicide of all time. You bring that bitch in the top and the funniest note next. I mean, I think that is why people think I'm high.
Well, it sounds like a sweet death. Anyway, you guys clap it up for all of our players. They were great. You guys are awesome. This is Meeting Out the Stone. We're here Wednesdays at Pet Shop. We've got more shows for you. Our next show coming up right in a moment is going to be World's Greatest Bartender. We're just going to set up for it right in a second. But would you guys clap it up for this room's certainly greatest bartender, possibly the universe's greatest bartender, Mitch. Grab it for Mitch. You can even order food down here. We'll be back with